Hey everybody, it's the coach. You're tuned in to Sunday Night Football on EA Sports. Up next, we've got a good one on tap between the visiting Houston Texans and the Atlanta Falcons. I'll see you again with scores and updates at halftime. But for now, it's my distinct pleasure to hand things over to our broadcast team. It's Brandon Godden and Charles Davis. Gentlemen.
All right, Coach, thank you very much. It's the National Football League presented by EA Sports. A moment ago, here was the scene. The Falcons coming out from their tunnel to the roar of all the folks here in Atlanta. We're ready for football as these Falcons get set to match up with the Houston Texans. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Godden, and Charles, kickoff moments away. Quickly, what are you watching in this one?
The offensive line for both teams, because both teams have a terrific pass rush. They've got to keep their passers upright. If they have a chance to do that, they can both thrive on offense and move the ball downfield.
Fairbairn now to kick this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or two shy of the 30. So here come the Falcons now to get the football for the first time. They'll be led out by the third overall pick in the 2008 draft, the man they call Matty Ice, quarterback Matt Ryan.
And they said he would be a gym rat coming out of Boston College, and nothing has changed, and his play continues to get better as he rallies his team.
A fake to Freeman. Now it's Ryan. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29. And here's the offense now, Charles. Who's the guy you chose to highlight?
The tone setter, the guy in the middle, Alex Mack. His return, never good for the opposition.
They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. Now it's Ryan. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. 16 yards, a first down.
I'm not sure that this play was designed for him specifically, but they got through the progressions and got the ball to him. So, second catch on the drive. He may not be a primary guy, but they definitely want him involved, don't they?
Absolutely. This early, the opening drive, as you said, 2 catches. So, if they can get him going in the passing game, that should open up his running game, too. They'll run for the first time with Devontae Freeman. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. The defensive crew for the Texans. Here's a look.
Jadeveon Clowney was the #1 pick in the NFL draft, and it was with good reason. An absolute athletic freak. Now he's trying to add consistency to his game.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
Here we go.
Ryan on the handoff. It's Freeman. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll bring up a 3rd down. Well, good luck there as a ball carrier. You get handed that football, look up, oh, there's a big D tackle ready to swallow you whole for a loss.
Yeah, you kind of count on your guys to give you at least a little bit of time, a little bit of space to try and maneuver, but not on that one. And when you have a defensive tackle who is that strong, that agile, he's a lot to deal with. Sometimes you have to double him, and sometimes you're not able to block him no matter who's trying.
First catch for him. It's good for a dozen and a first down. Nice job keeping that opening drive alive, and they're in plus territory, that part of the field where you really want to convert on 3rd down. They did.
Big-time pickup for them, and now I think the aggressive play callers think to themselves, this part of the field, I take my shot at the end zone, because the closer you get to the end zone, the field gets condensed. Makes it a lot tougher to run those routes. You still got a chance to actually run past people right now. Take your shot at the end zone early in the down and distance count.
So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory, right at the 40. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 41. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Now that was impressive by the defense. They just got hit for a big pass play, and instead of rushing out and getting back deep to cover, they played their techniques, saw the run develop, and ran to it and made the play.
On 2nd and 11 now, Ryan. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Whitney Merciless barreling in for the sack.
Come on, fellas. It's a loss of 14. Brings up 3rd down.
So the sack pushes him back, and now 3rd and long for Ryan and the Falcons.
It's our time.
From the shotgun, Ryan. And a big loss here as he's taken down. DJ Reader. He's the one to get him this time, and back-to-back sacks brings up 4th down.
There's a little bit of defense right there. Nickel set, 5 defensive backs. They just snuffed out every route that was going. Quarterback never got rid of the football.
On 4th down, here's Matt Bosher on the punt. DeAndre Carter's deep for the Texans. So here are the Texans under 3rd-year head coach Bill O'Brien. The former national champion at Clemson bringing him onto the field, and that's the signal caller, Deshaun Watson. Watson will bring up the Texans here, 1st and 10 at their own 21. Now it's Watson. Thomas has got it, complete. And he's able to get up here to the 26. So here are the starters for this offensive unit. Lamar Miller, very good out of the backfield.
And getting better all the time. The more touches he gets in a game, the bigger his impact on it.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down. Now Watson rolling to his right. Oh, the ball is out. Watson lost it, and the Falcons grab it. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line. He had gained really good yardage, but that's what you tell your quarterbacks, right? Get down after you've got the run.
You don't have to prove your toughness. I think that's what a lot of coaches are trying to preach to their guys. Get the yardage, get down, protect the football, and protect yourself from extra hits as well.
Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here. They were forced to punt last time, and I doubt sincerely that they'll have to punt here because they're gifted with terrific field position.
I don't even want to think about the idea that they would end up punting starting with this type of field position. Neither do they. Great starting spot, great opportunity to run your full playbook. If they want to take a shot here, they can go ahead and do it.
On 2nd down, Freeman. And only a yard this time as he's taken down right around the 26.
DJ Reader brought him down. A gain of a yard. Brings up 3rd and 1.
The Texans here on 3rd down, putting an extra defender in the secondary.
Game situation. Let's go.
Out of the gun, they give to Freeman. And he gets the 1st down here as he's taken down at the 24. He needed a yard, that's what he got, and it's going to earn him a new set of downs.
So it's pretty simple, partner. You pick up a turnover, set you up in excellent field position, the last thing you want to do. Let's go 3 and out in this spot.
Yeah, they would have had to settle for a field goal attempt, but now they keep those touchdown hopes alive.
40. Blue 80. Check 41. Watch the screen. Get up.
Throwing now, Ryan on first down. Going for it all. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. He was looking for Mohamed Sanu there. That'll bring up second down.
Boy, you will not see a quarterback of his caliber miss on one like that very often. I mean, there it is, wide open, got the shot, and he misfires.
We talk about, boy, he'll want that one back all the time. He definitely wants that one back. To throw again on second down. Ryan. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. It's a 9-yard pickup on the play, and that'll bring up a 3rd and 1.
I think the best offenses love to get the ball to their running backs in open space because they have the ability to make people miss, and they also have the ability to run over people. And if you do that throughout the game, after a while, they might just run through some of those tackles and go a long way.
And we saw him shed a nice tackle on that play. Well, he's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. 4th down now after a loss of 2.
They tried to run right into the teeth of the defense on 3rd down, but looked like those teeth were pretty sharp.
They were having absolutely none of it. Stuffed him for a loss.
Yeah, couldn't get any leverage up front and move people aside in order to run the ball.
Fourth down, and out comes the Falcon kicker, Giorgio Tavecchio. From the left hash, this from 34. Tavecchio puts this one through, and the Falcons are out to a 3-0 advantage. So a good kick there. They put the bow tie on it with 3 points.
And let's face it, everybody wants a touchdown. We know that. But in the NFL, defenses are awfully good. You're not going to score each and every time. Be able to knock the ball through the post and take the 3.
By the way, I said bow tie. I meant just bow. Not the tie, but yeah.
Either way.
You got it.
I just went right past it.
Here's Bosher to kick it away. This fielded at the 2. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. And now out comes Houston. And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though, when they only gave up the field goal and they were able to trot back out on the field and start this drive a little more pep in their step because they didn't cost their team a touchdown, but they know they've got to do it a lot better than they did on the last possession.
The coach will just be relieved, though, if they recoup with a score here, right?
I think coach will be ecstatic to see them pick themselves back up and now take it downfield and punch in the end zone without turning it over.
A pickup of 11 and a Texans first down.
Here we go.
And the Texans first down.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Out of the gun, Watson. And this one complete to Will Fuller. That throw good for 4. It's second down. The starting defense for the Falcons.
Many people thought Keanu Neal was overdrafted by Atlanta, but they saw his talents and knew that he would fit their scheme perfectly. A hybrid player, can play deep in the secondary as a safety, can drop down into the box and also make a lot of tackles, and at times can stay on the field and serve a linebacker role as well.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6.
Go, tackle, let's go. We got this. We got this. Shit.
Throw left side, complete to QT. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. It'll be a loss of 1, and they're going to face a 3rd down. The line to gain is the 33 on 3rd down. From the gun, here's Watson. Oh, look at Thomas, wide open. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That one good for 24 yards.
Almost not fair. The big guy running the corner route, being able to lean and push and get to where he wants.
So how do you stop it?
A lot of times you want to have a linebacker on him, a bigger body guy who can handle him physically, but a lot of times that doesn't work as well because his quickness often wins the route.
The Texans with the first opportunity now from the red zone. They come up 1st and 10 at the 16. From the shotgun to give to Jones. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of 2 there, 2nd down. Run coverage, excellent there from the defensive end position.
How many times do we sit with coaches and they talk about a base defensive end, a guy who can anchor and play with leverage? We just saw a great example of it. And how about the bonus, tackling the runner for a loss?
A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. On the ground, this is Lamar Miller. And he gets it down close to the 10-yard line. 8 yards on the run, and that cuts us down to a 3rd and about 5.
And once again, leverage wins. The offensive line, lower than the defensive front. They moved them and got some good space for the guy carrying the ball.
And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive. So on 4th down, Texan kicker Kaimi Fairbairn comes on. The kick by Fairbairn is good, and that will tie us at 3-3. So good kick there to polish off the drive with 3 points.
Yeah, coaches always talk about finishing a drive with a kick. 2 of them give you points, either an extra point or, in this case, a field goal.
Field goals all we've had so far. 3-3 now as the kick is away. This is fielded at the goal line. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. Ryan and the Falcons now come up 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. Off the play fake to Freeman. It's Ryan. Under pressure, and he'll go down. They'll sack him on what ought to be the final play of this first quarter. Bernardrick McKinney muscled his way in for the sack. 3-3, a tight one after 1 on EA Sports. Back now in Atlanta, 2nd quarter action. The Falcons with the football as they've got it with a 2nd down coming up. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Ryan leads with Freeman on the draw. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. First down sack, second down negative rushing play.
And I will guarantee you right now the head coach is weighing in on his headset to the offense coordinator, whether he thinks it's strategy or he thinks it's execution, because that's going to determine this next play call. Are you staying with what you're doing, or are you going in a different direction?
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long. Now a shot taken on third down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
And absolutely zero surprise that one was incomplete, huh? I mean, truthfully, how many OCs have we seen with 3rd and 20 on their play sheet and go, oh, I've got the exact play to dial up?
Now, that's just a head scratching down when you're facing a 3rd and 20. Tried to complete it, couldn't get it done. Here's Matt Bosher now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Good open field tackling there. A 50-yard punt followed by just a 1-yard return. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. Good starting field position for the Houston Texans here as they come up 1st and 10. Watson on 1st down. Over the middle, it's Thomas. A gain of 6 there on 1st.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 47-yard line.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. The hook up on the right side to Hopkins. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. And for the Falcons, 5 men in the secondary, now on 3rd. A shotgun snap for Watson. He'll buy some time right. He can run for it, and he will. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. But this will fortunately wind up out of bounds. Able to find a lot of empty space there, picking up the 1st down at a 21-yard gain. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Watson going to give this one to Miller. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4 at the 28-yard line.
Mike is 59. Mike is 59. It's a party now. It's a party now.
And he'll find QT on the right side complete. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to bring up a 3rd down. The Texans on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. Here's Watson. Setting up the screen for Miller. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. That winds up being a 4-yard loss and leads to 4th down.
I love the intelligence the defense just showed there. Read their keys, saw the screen developing, ran to it, and smothered it. What a 3rd down stop by them.
And for the 2nd time tonight, this field goal unit comes out here. From the left hash, it's an even 50-yard attempt. And the right upright, and it bounces away no good. And this game will remain tied here in quarter number 2. So distance not the issue there. He had plenty of leg to get it there. It's that darn upright getting in the way.
Always gets in the way of a good time, doesn't it? Because he hit it square, too. Sometimes you can bank one in if you get it on the end of the football. No such luck there for him.
A false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. After the penalty, here's Freeman. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
That goes down as a loss against his rushing stats. But really, should he have to absorb that one? He had no chance on that play before they overwhelmed him.
Pretty much on top of him before he could take his first step. Ryan going to give to Freeman on the draw. 9 yards on the gain there, and it's going to bring up a tough 3rd and 7. The Falcons on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 7. From the gun, it's Ryan. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Freeman. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 14 yards there and a Falcon first down. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where is he lining up? What can he do? What kind of damage can he do to us downfield? And who can match up with him without weakening our overall defense? You're exactly right. It's a tough task to match up to him.
7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. Connects with Sanu right side. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. It'll be a loss of 1, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
Ready. Black 25. Let him know.
Ryan now to throw on 3rd down. He's got Sanu. And he's able to pick up the first before he's taken down at the 27. Ryan to Sanu, good for an Atlanta first down.
As an unbiased observer, I think it would have been interesting to see what they would have done if they hadn't gotten the first down there. But since they did, I guess the point is moot.
And they're right there in that middle ground, field goal range, punt, go for it. But as you said, they picked it up. Ryan in the offense with a 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. And now a 10th carry for Freeman. And this has been a recurring theme tonight for sure. Nowhere to run. Back to the line of scrimmage, that's all. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. In trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
Now Ryan on 2nd down. He's going to go up top for the end, and he's got his star receiver. It's Jones for the Falcon touchdown. Julio Jones, 27 yards, and the Falcons have taken the lead. Well, you know he can be explosive, and he's ultra-explosive there on the fly route.
And you know how many times we've talked to coaches, and we've had quoted back to us, well, you know something? When you execute really well, it doesn't matter if they know it's coming or not. Well, sometimes athleticism beats you as well. He just took off and went. And that's almost like one of your Turkey Bowl games, isn't it? Just go long,
Backyard.
man. I'll hit you. And it worked really well for them.
On for the extra point, Giorgio Tavecchio. Tavecchio good on the extra point. And the lead is now 10-3. So that drive takes him down the field in 8 plays. And the end result, an Atlanta touchdown. Now after the touchdown, it's Bosher to kick it away. This is taken at the 3. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. And we focus on Lamar Miller as he heads back out there and gets set to go again on offense. And for him, it's been pretty limited involvement. Down on the scoreboard, maybe time to turn to this guy.
And you know me well. Winning games to me means starting with the running game and continuing to press the running game. Maybe you go away from him a little bit now, but bottom line is he hasn't touched it enough to make a difference.
Well, they haven't established that running game yet. The question is, will they? The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Watson with a give to Miller. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll make it 3rd down.
Well, we just saw the recipe for success right there. Big body, strong, agile, playing with great leverage in hands. Not really able to be blocked on that play. Close things down inside.
The Texans on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. To throw is Watson. Operating from the gun. And that is incomplete. Not much going on this drive. Looks like they're going to have to punt it away, CD.
And right now, I know a lot of their fans are screaming for the OC to change things up, get away from what he's been calling. Sometimes you just need better execution of the plays that have been called.
4th down, so the Texans dial up the number of their 2nd-year punter, Trevor Daniel. Justin Hardy deep for Atlanta. On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. Fielded at the 20. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. Ryan will bring the Falcons up now 1st and 10 at their own 27. And back onto the field now comes Devontae Freeman. He's been good. His guys are winning. So far, the recipe working here in the 2nd quarter.
He doesn't like to just tote the rock. He wants to carry his team on his back. And that's what he's done throughout this game.
Yeah, he's done that. He'll be hoping to continue that trend. Second and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down.
You ready? You ready? You ready?
They go play action with Ryan. The left side completion to Jones. And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. On 3rd down, Devontae Freeman. And they needed 2. They could only get 1. 4th down. Our score 10-3 with 2 minutes remaining in quarter number 2. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes' time, we'll hand you off to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have highlights and analysis of this first half of action. That'll be a 48-yard punt, 1 yard on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. DeAndre Hopkins and the rest of the offense heading back onto the field. With them losing here in the second quarter and his limited productivity so far, you'd have to think they're going to try to look to him a little bit more, right?
I would guess you would start to see maybe some quick screens, some hitches, anything to get the ball in his hands quickly and let him try and do some damage after the catch. Or maybe just flip some formations and keep him isolated where it's more of a one-on-one route and get the ball to him.
I said just 4 verts, right?
Hey, why not? 4 verts, one of the best routes in football. Hard to cover each guy all the way along the route.
So far, just 1 catch for him. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down.
I know you're trying not to score.
Oh, and this ball's tipped and intercepted. Picked up by Deion Jones, the linebacker. And what a return as he brings this one all the way back to the 25-yard line.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
And the Falcon offense set to get going again. They've got the lead. He's a big reason why. Looking sharp so far.
And as we travel around the league, we see quarterbacks get it done in a variety of ways. But today's NFL does tell us one thing. If that guy doesn't play well, their team's not going to win. And right now he's got his team in the lead.
And now they'll look to extend that lead. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. He had no options downfield there and just chucked it out of bounds.
There was no one open. He was in the pocket. Where was the intentional grounding call?
Oh, you wanted the flag.
Of course I did. I'm a defensive guy. You know that.
And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Tashawn Gibson.
Brandon, this is a veteran quarterback back there. He should know better than to make a throw like this. This is definitely not his best ball, and I think he knew this was trouble the second it was leaving his hand.
Out comes a Houston offense as they get set to take over here. Inside of a minute left in the half, does the fact that you're down on the scoreboard influence what you do, or I guess don't do on this final drive?
It certainly does, but what influences me even more is who I've got running my football team out on the field and the weapons around him. Can he make a play? Can he get into someone that we're going to trust to take care of the ball? If that's the case, I might push it a little bit here and try and get something before the half runs out.
So we are at halftime here in Atlanta with the Falcons out in front. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much, and welcome everyone to this abridged version of the EA Sports Halftime Report. This one has been a hard-hitting affair to this point, and you gotta expect we'll see more of the same in the second half. And to bring the action your way, let's get it right back out to Brandon Godden.
Okay, Coach, appreciate it. A one-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This fielded at the 2. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. And now out comes Houston. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. They'll run it here. This is Deontay Foreman. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. It'll be a loss of a yard, and they're going to have a 3rd down. Make it now 3 tackles for a loss in this game, 1 for each quarter.
And for a guy who played defense in college, I can just tell you that he's feeling very satisfied right now by what he's doing. But he's elated because he knows what he's doing is helping his team win the game right now. Making some big-time plays, getting into the offense's backfield, and spilling everything.
Throwing on 3rd down, Watson. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
That's a 1st down if he holds on, but you saw the contact. Able to jar it free from him and force a 4th down.
Great play defensively there, as you said, just to knock it free, because if he had caught that, pass the sticks, 1st down. The Texans send the punter out as he's on here to punt it away. A big kick that time, 52 yards. Here comes the Falcons offense. It's their first possession of the second half now. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
And how about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
And to get a little more cushion.
At the 20-yard line.
On 2nd and 9, Ryan center with a grab over the middle. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. 12 yards there and a 1st down. This is Freeman on 1st and 10. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 11 more yards that go around, a 1st down as well.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
Freeman again, a 1st down carry. And Freeman lost the football. And the Texans scoop it. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. Often on fumbles, you look at the guy who coughed it up and say, geez, what did he do? But, hey, let's tip the cap to the defense here.
Not a problem at all, my man. I'm not even going to tip it. I'm going to doff my cap to him. Congratulations. Big-time play. Knocking it free and creating something good for your team.
Watson hands this to Foreman. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. Up from his linebacker spot, Deion Jones making the play.
But they certainly got dented with that 1st down run. So now they've got to be back on their heels a little bit as a defense.
And he's swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. Grady Jarrett with the tackle. He was searching for a lane, but on that play, everything closed very fast.
Yeah, so far the one-on-one stuff up front, trying to block those big men, not really working too well. I'm thinking maybe some traps, maybe some sweeps to get them moving. That might help out a little bit to try and find some room to run.
Here's Watson. The third down battle won by Atlanta's defense. Solid coverage. Kaimi Fairbairn now to attempt the Texan field goal. And quite a bit of pizza in this box. It's a 53-yard attempt. And this is off target to the left. Didn't get there anyway. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is. Now listen, now no kick from 50-plus is a gimme, but here you're indoors in a dome. You'd think ideal conditions.
Yeah, and it's one that he would expect himself to make, not just us expecting him to make it. Over the years, my theory is very simple. The athletic ability of kickers continues to get better and better. Check their backgrounds. They were all county, all state, and other positions, not just soccer players. These guys expect themselves to be great as well.
On 1st and 10, it's Ryan. And this one brought in by Sanu. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. The catch and run, good for 24 yards. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Now Ryan going to give it to Freeman. The tackle that time by Zach Cunningham. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down. The Falcons on 3rd down. They're at 50%, 4 for 8. This is 3rd and 10. Out of the gun, it's Ryan. And this is caught. I think he got that with one hand. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. It'll be a loss of 1, and that's going to bring up a 4th down.
What a catch, and one-handed, and I'm starting to lose my awe about the play, and maybe I shouldn't. How much of this is the player? How much of it is the glove?
Well, those gloves, they do have a little grip to them,
They
don't
get a
they?
little extra tackiness to them now, and I know the guys in the NFL, the competition committee, some other places, they're talking about examining those gloves to see if they're having too much of an effect on the game.
And this is right down the middle as he puts it through. And they will stretch their lead to 10 now at 13-3. So a good kick there to polish off the drive with 3 points.
Yeah, coaches always talk about finishing a drive with a kick. 2 of them give you points, either an extra point or, in this case, a field goal.
Here's Bosher to kick it away. This is taken at the 3. Then he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. Out comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, well, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
They keep it on the ground. This time it's Miller. And now Miller hit, and he fumbles. And the Falcons say they have it. They do. Matt Ryan and the offense heading back onto the field. How do you think he personally is evaluating his game so far? He was pretty good in the first half, been good so far here in the third quarter. He's got to like it, right?
Not looking for the dramatics here. Not trying to set the world on fire in terms of stats. It's almost like you're driving. Hands at 10 and 2, alert for anything out there, watching for trouble on the road, and making sure you get the team home.
The bus driver. See if he can drive the bus here again on this drive. Call it a gain of 4, and it'll leave him with a third down and 6 to go.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
The Falcons on third down. Not quite 50%, 4 for 9. This will be 3rd and 6. From the shotgun, Ryan gets it off to Freeman. And he's able to pick up the first down here before he goes down at the 26. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues.
Ready, blue 80. Double dog, that's the way. Blue 80 tonight.
Another carry for the workhorse tonight, Freeman. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line.
Yeah, and that was a safety that came through and made the play. But there's no doubt in my mind, he hits like a linebacker. And we see a lot of that in today's NFL, don't we?
And that time we do indeed. A big hit for a loss.
Ready, blue 80. 41 to Mike. That's the run.
On second down, it's Freeman. And he loses the football a second time. And the Texans scoop it. He's at the 50. He's at the 30. Past the 20. And he's in for the score. Touchdown, Texans. This defense, Charles, they needed some type of a spark to help get them back in this game. I think they just got their spark.
No doubt about it, and that's all they discussed. How can we get ourselves moving again? How can we get our team going? This definitely qualifies.
Kaimi Fairbairn on for the extra point. Fairbairn good with the extra point. And the lead down to 3 at 13-10. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way. The fumble return for a touchdown. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. This fielded at the 2. Then he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. Atlanta now coming out on the field. They'll be looking to make amends for the events of a moment ago. A fumble return for 6 points.
You absolutely have to protect the football. That's got to be priority number one because margin for error is starting to slip away. And now it's down to a one-score game.
A gain of 6 there on first.
Second and 4 at the 32-yard line.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Ryan. And Jones has it over the middle. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. Ito Smith, his first carry. Benardrick McKinney there to make the stop. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Back to the ground, this time with Freeman. Call it a gain of 5 there on the run, but they'll remain a yard or 2 short here with 3rd down coming up.
I'd say they've got to find a way to get him going. He's such a big part of their offense. I wonder if they might throw it a little and come back to the run.
Anything, because you're right, he's pretty much been completely neutralized. 14 yards there on a Falcon first down. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. One quarter remains here on a Sunday night. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Throwing now, Ryan on first down. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another first down. It will.
That looked like a pretty good route combination there because you've got to find a way to clear the guy running the drag because when you do, you just put the ball on him and then let him run.
Yeah, he's got some space. Ryan in the offense with a 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. From the gun, Ryan. Throw left side complete. It's Jones. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down to about the 21 or 22.
Sometimes the most effective routes are the ones that you run in the backyard. You probably ran them when you were 5 years old. How about a little curl there against zone? But the key to it is finding the open spots in the zone. How a linebacker or a defensive back will widen to give you space. Find that area and let your quarterback hit you.
The Falcons on 3rd down. They've converted 6 times and could use a 7th here. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. To throw again is Ryan. And it's complete. Hooper. And they'll get this down to the 10. It's an 11-yard pickup. Thought they'd run it on 3rd and 1. Not the case.
Couldn't just sit on it here, could they? Had to throw the ball on 3rd down. Got the big completion in the pickup. Fresh set of downs now. They've got to feel great.
And defensively, a backbreaker. So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. Again, Ryan. And that is caught. Touchdown, Falcons. Freeman from 10 yards out, and the Falcons will extend their lead. Well, he wasn't the guy they were initially going for, but after going through the progressions, it worked.
When you have plenty of people who can catch the football, you don't always have to go to your primary target, and sometimes that target is actually covered. Nice job coming off of that and getting it to someone who was open.
And the man out of the backfield gets in for the score. The lefty Tavecchio now to add the extra point. Extra point up and good by Tavecchio. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. A 10-play drive that time. And the Falcons score to cap it off. After the touchdown, it's Bosher to kick it away. This one fielded at the 5. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. And now out comes Houston. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Big word. I like it, though, because you're exactly right.
Like that, don't you?
All game long, they've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. Is that word again, symptomatic?
Yeah.
I like that.
Your analysis, symptomatic of the success of this broadcast.
What I like is that you gave me the word, and I just kept using it.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Here we go.
From the gun, here's Watson. Fuller brings it in over the middle. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. It's a pickup of 12. Second play in a row with a 12-yard gain.
All right, this is the time of the game where they're down a couple scores, and they've really got to get some yards in chunks, and they know the defense doesn't want to give those up, but they've got to find a way to take them anyway.
Now the question is, can they string a few of those together? That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. Again, it's Watson. Going deep for Hopkins. That's caught inside the 20. That one covers 29 yards. First down. And at this stage, down in the second half, looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their playmaker, and they did.
I think you're exactly right. I don't think the coordinator's looking at his play sheet and trying to figure out which play will work well. He's trying to figure out how to get the ball to the playmaker that you just described. Looking down at that sheet, you find people plays, not necessarily X's and O's, and that's exactly what they did there.
Watson now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Back to throw, Watson. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Watch your slant.
Throwing again is Watson. He'll find Miller. That's complete. And he'll take it from the 18 to the 15. A gain of 3. It'll be a 3-yard gain. And all of a sudden here, it's 3rd down. Watson looks to throw again. Finding fouls complete. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. Miller, the lone setback. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. He'll get the football here. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. Give him 2 yards on that one. 2nd and goal now. Be interesting to see now what they do offensively down near the goal line after not. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. Kiki QT. A 3-yard touchdown pass. And the Texans have cut it to within a score. So they fought half the battle here, but they're still down.
Plenty of work still left for them, but they delivered in the first step in their comeback attempt.
On for the PAT, Kaimi Fairbairn. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. So that drive consumes 9 plays all told. And the result, a Houston touchdown. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Ryan and the Falcons now come up 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Now it's Ryan. And finding the tight end, Hooper. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That's a good way to start the drive. 17 yards and a 1st down.
But when you hit him on the move like that, and he's able to get into open field with a full head of steam, oh boy, it's going to be tough to get him down.
Yeah, there was a big window. They're lucky they did get him down. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Ryan. He's got Hooper on the short connection. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9. They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. To throw is Ryan. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
That's a gain of 6. Brings up 3rd and 3.
Ready, blue 80! Blue 80! Man, I got you! Man, I got you! Ready to go!
From midfield now, here's Ryan. It's caught, Jones. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Ryan to Jones, the Falcon connection there for a 1st. And when these two are clicking, Ryan and Jones, and we've seen multiple hookups here in this one, usually their offense is clicking, and that's why they're winning.
Yeah, they tend to follow what those two do. They set the tone for either a good day or maybe a tougher day. And right now, we're seeing an excellent game because those two are finding each other. Doesn't matter where on the field, they're making plays.
Ryan in the offense with a 1st and 10, and he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. Now a quick slant as the throw's complete, and they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. A good pickup there, 8 yards on the 1st down completion. On 2nd down now, it's Freeman. And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
Well, they didn't accomplish their goal. They didn't get a stop there, gave up another 1st down. They have all 3 timeouts in their pocket. I think defensively, you got to start thinking about using them here.
I was just going to ask you at what point you think now's the go time?
I think now's the go time. I don't think you sit back and wait because they can take a lot of time off the clock between plays and run 3 to 4 and really put you in a stressful spot.
On the heels of that good carry by Devontae Freeman, here's 1st and 10. Now this one to his running back out of the backfield. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. It'll be a pickup of just 2, and that'll make this a 2nd down.
The 16-yard line.
On 2nd down, it's Freeman. And he'll take this one down near the 15. They follow up the gain of 2 with a gain of 1 that time. After that run, still a good amount of meat on the bone here for this 3rd down play. Can you envision them putting this in the air?
Totally. I mean, look at who he has under center right now. If you can't trust him with the football, you can't trust anyone. And frankly, to me, I want the ball down the stretch. Get the 1st down, keep it in the hands of my offense. I don't want to turn it over to them and rely on my D.
So it's Falcon football as we welcome you back. They're facing a critical 3rd down now as they try to hold on to this lead. Again, they'll run with Freeman. He will push his way down to about the 14. And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ballgame. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here.
A 31-yard attempt.
The kick by Tavecchio is good, and that will double their lead as it's up to 6. So in the end, they had the ball for 10 plays, but the drive gets them 3, not 6.
Is it okay if I give credit to both sides on this one?
Absolutely.
All right, let's start defensively. They hung in there. 10-play drive, but they stiffened when they got close to the goal line, made them kick a field goal. For the offense, 10-play drive. They might be a little disappointed they got a field goal, but they moved the ball down the field with dispatch and came away with points.
Here's Bosher to kick it away. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Watson and the Texans now down 23 to 17. A minute 50 to play. They need a touchdown. A field goal is worthless now as they come up on 1st and 10. Will Fuller was the intended target, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
Work with me, partner. Take a deep breath because that's what they're doing down the field now. That incompletion allowed them to exhale a little bit. Get in the huddle, kind of scan the crowd, see if any celebrities are here. Relax a little bit as they start this big drive.
So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28. He'll look to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. They try to take a shot there on 2nd down, and that leaves them because of the incompletion. A very tricky 3rd and 10.
And with a time situation, you would expect them to try and get it all in this one play, but there's still enough time that if you can take something shorter, gain some yardage, make it a more manageable 4th down if you need to.
So down 6, and they know they need this one on 4th down. Here we go on 4th. Watson, and that is incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Falcons will take control of the football in great field position.
They won't, and offensively, your challenge, should you choose to accept it, take care of the football and run out the clock. They can't just go and turtle, as we like to call it, just tuck in and just sit on the ball here. Try and get that 1st down and finish the game off.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now a handoff. It's Freeman. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. The Texans going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Freeman again. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that'll force upon him a 3rd and 14. What happened there? Was that just a missed assignment on the O-line?
It certainly felt like it, but also the speed of the play. When you talk about defensive end, they want to be ahead of the clock, don't they? They want to be upfield, making plays on every snap. How about his agility there to run that one down?
On 3rd down, Freeman, and he got blown up, losing yardage on the play back at the 44. And a loss of 3 to bring up 4th. I'm no offensive mastermind, but of all the guys on the field to block, you might want to stop him.
Look, I've got a very simple rule. An unblocked defender is usually your best defender, and he ended up making the play there.
Here's Matt Bosher now. He's been terrific so far. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. And a great job here. This is going to turn out to be a beauty. This is marked down at about the 3-yard line. Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. You're wondering, could it happen? Possibly, even though we both knew it was a long shot.
So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. It's a win for the Falcons here as we say so long from Atlanta.